Good morning, everyone. My name is Collins Emmanuel, and I am a Python developer with the data science team in Bincom. I will be your presenter for today, and the title of my presentation is Web Scraping with Python. When we talk about web scraping refers to the extraction of data from a website. This information is collected and then exported into a format that is more useful for the user, be it a spreadsheet or an API. The keyword to deduct from this definition is that when we talk about web scraping, it's actually the extraction of data content from a website. It could be any content, from text to images to videos, audios, anything, even from a live feed, or from a replay, whatever it is that is on the website or on the internet can be web scraped. And then when you web scrape, you get to save it in any file format you want. It could be in a .txt, in Excel file, or whichever file format that you want to save your script data. There are several reasons why web scraping is done. Some of them are technological reasons for innovation, company data, lead generation, marketing automation, brand monitoring, market analysis, data enrichment, machine learning, testing, and SEO. But for the purpose of this presentation, I will be highlighting just a few of the reasons why web scraping is done. So number one, we talk about innovation. Web scraping helps you innovate faster because you can text and execute new ideas faster instead of traditional method of having to waste so much time testing your innovation. But with web scraping, you get to do this faster, and it takes so much, and it does not take so much time, as it is done quicker than you can even imagine. So technology, access to technology has made it really, really easy to extract data. Although some websites are getting more complicated to scrape on a daily basis, but so are new technological tools being developed daily that makes it possible to scrape anything off a website virtually. And it's ghost mode. You go in and then you get your data and then you're out in just a few minutes with writing a few lines of code. So machine learning. Machine learning is also a good reason why we do web scraping. When we talk about machine learning, as a data scientist who wants to build a classification model, you definitely need large volumes of data to build your training set. And you won't be doing this by hand because you'll have to use web scraping to retrieve the data set from websites. If you have to predict the pricing of your competitors in business, you will surely do this through scraping of their data. Also, if you want to predict the stock market using historical analysis, you would have to do some web scraping. So lead generation. Lead generation, having better access to company data means that you can build an automated sales machine. You can automate a LinkedIn search to find any company within your area, a Google Maps search to find local businesses. Depending on the level of data accuracy and quality that you need, you can aggregate each search. Search, testing. One of the best uses of web scraping is testing, especially for developers who knows and have worked with the Selenium library. In order to build user testing scenarios or monitor a website's performance, you need a web scraping bot. Yeah, so these are the few reasons that I can highlight when we talk about the reasons why we do web scraping. So moving forward, when you want to do web scraping, you definitely need some libraries. And then there are several libraries that are used for web scraping. But the notable ones are Scrapy, the Scrapy library, Mechanical Soup, the Selenium library, BeautifulSoup, and others. But we'll be using BeautifulSoup library for this presentation. So there are steps involved in web scraping. Some of these steps is number one, document load, which is your website. You have to load the website, and then you pass the website content to the BeautifulSoup library or any web scraping library that you intend to use, after which you extract your data after extracting the data, you get the data and then you transform it, which is to save it to the, you transform and save to the file format which you intend to save it. So these are the steps that you have that is involved in web scraping. So, and then ethics of web scraping, you don't just open any website and start scraping off data contents from that website. There are ethics that are involved that you also have to follow. Number one is you have to respect the website policy and do not scrape data that is not intended for public consumption. And then you scrape data in a polite and ethical manner without overwhelming the website with requests. You use legal sources of data and do not scrape copyrighted or personal information. Yes. So moving forward, we'll have to, this is a simple Python script that scrapes the title of books from this website, this books.toscript.com. But before I start giving in-depth analysis of each line of code, we will first have to go to the website and then inspect. Because when you want to web scrape, you have to inspect the website to know the data that you want and also in which of the HTML elements that content is embedded in. So we will be web scraping this books.toscript.com, and what we intend to web scrape are the titles of each book. We are not interested in the price or the ratings or if it's in stock or not. We are much interested in getting the title of the books. So in order to do that, we have to inspect this title to know the HTML tag. So we do this by right-click, you click with your mouse, you go to the title of the website, the title of the book, and then you right-click, you come down to inspect. So when you click inspect, it will show you the tag that the title has been embedded in. When you look at this from the document object model, you can see that this title, tipping the vervet, is embedded in the H3 tag. So H3 tag is the tag that the title of the book has been enclosed in. So, but to confirm further, we check with another title, book title, to see if it's also a H3 tag or a different tag entirely. But then we can also see that sharp objects is also inside of the H3 tag. So now we know that the tag that we need is the H3 tag from the information we've gotten while inspecting this website. So now we go back to this code. So from this Python script here, what we did is first you import the CSV file. This CSV is because I choose to save the web script data inside of a CSV file. It could be TXT file or any other file format that you prefer. Then after which you import the request library. The request library is used to send a request to a website and then use get method to retrieve the web page. Yeah, and then BeautifulSoup is a web scraping library. It's used for web scraping. So this is the website that we are web scraping, and then we save this website in a URL. We enclose it in a string and then save it in a URL. The essence of saving it in a URL is just to make it shorter, such that when we want to reuse this name, instead of typing the name, this long name, we just put the variable that we have saved it in. We have saved it in the URL variable. So moving forward, we come down and then we pass this URL, which is the variable that we have stored this website into the request library and then the get method. So request.getURL means it sends a message, it sends a request to the website and then retrieve this website, and then we save the information in this variable. This variable is just ROEQ, which is short form for request. It could be anything. It's just I chose to use rec. So, and then line 12, this is where we call this BeautifulSoup. Remember, after importing BeautifulSoup from BS4, I stored it as BS for short. Instead of writing Beautiful Soup a whole, I will just use the short form, which is the alias BS. So BS rec.test, which is this information that we've gotten here from the request.get URL. .test. The .test means we need the test, the informations in test. We don't care if there is a video or images in the website, but what we need is everything that has been written in text format. That's what we need. And then HTML parser is we need it in HTML elements, in HTML formats as well, not in XML or in any other format, but we need it HTML, it should be passed in HTML style. So, and then we come down, this line 14, titles is a variable, and then soup.findAll. This soup is the variable which we have passed this beautiful soup HTML parser into. Then soup.findAll. The findAll method, what this method does is, because from the website there are several titles, there are several book titles listed in this website. So, and then we have noticed that they have all been saved. They have all been stored in the H3 elements. So what we need, what the findAll method does, it goes into this website and then gets all the H3 elements, everything included in the H3. That's what it does. It gets all the H3 elements for us, everything, all the H3 tags. It finds all, get them all using Beautiful Soup, and then stores them in titles. Then we come down with this line 17 with open book titles. This is the CSV, the name of the CSV that we are creating. What this line does is it checks if there is no file, if there's no books_title.csv file, it creates one, and then write method, the W is write, because we are writing to it's a new file, we are writing to it. If we were to read from it, it would be arrow, but we are writing, which is write. And then we want our new line to be empty string, and then the universal encoding style UTF-8. Then we store this file that we have created. We are opening it as CSV file for short. So writer equals to csv.writer CSV file. We are writing to this CSV file. And then while writing, we write through. Writer.write through is we write through. The first row is we title it as book title. That's the title of our first row, book title. Then we move further, line 20, for number title in enumerate titles. What this line does is, after it gets the title, it got all the titles. But now for number title in enumerate titles is we are getting a title one after the other. One title, you get one title, you number it. You get one title, you number it. Instead of just giving us a list of various titles without number, but now this enumerate is we number each title. So then book name equals to title.getText strip equals to true. Line 21. What this does is, after it gets a particular title, it gets the text embedded in that title. Because if you remember from our inspection, we realized that apart from the book, the name of the book inside the H3 tag, there are also other informations inside. But this time around, we are not interested in those information. We only need the text inside of the H3 tag. So this title.getText, it goes into that H3 file and then gets the precise text which we need. And then strip is to strip new lines, either from the left side or the right side, just to strip new lines off to make our code, to make our output cleaner. Then writer.write through. So we write this book name, which after it gets the title and then saves it in this book name variable, it writes it into the CSV file. And then this line 23 is just to print it inside of the terminal. When it prints it inside of the terminal, it prints the book name plus the number, book name and number, and then print title have been saved to book_titles.csv. So when you come up and then you open your book_titles.csv, you can see all the titles of each books that have been listed here accordingly. So this is what we have saved our books in the .tx, in the CSV format. Yeah, so moving forward, this is the output, the book title, and then the lists, and then it lists the titles of each books accordingly. Then in conclusion, web scraping is a powerful tool for extracting data from websites. Python offers a range of libraries for web scraping, making it easy to get started. And then always follow best practices and ethical guidelines when web scraping. This third point is very, very crucial. You don't just open any website and start scraping. There are guidelines. When you open any website, if you want to web scrape, you should first and foremost check the guidelines and see if web scraping can be done on that website or if not, because there are some websites that have strict policies of not allowing anyone to web scrape their data. While some, for you to web scrape their data, they will also need some additional information from you, like you register and then you ask for some API keys, secret keys and tokens before you get access to scrape their data. So that's all from me. Thank you.